San Antonio starts right now.
And several arrests made after a high-speed crash. Details coming up.
Texas legislators sending a letter to Governor Greg Abbott urging him to reconsider mask mandates in schools. We have the details.
And taking a live look out at the Alamo City, 75 degrees to start your Sunday morning. Yesterday was toasty. What does today look like? What does this work week look like? We're going to check in with Sarah Spivey. Just a few moments until then. Good morning. It is 6 o'clock this Sunday, July 25th. Thank you so much for starting your morning with us. Were you out and about yesterday?
Of course. I was.
You get the tan going?
I mean, I put SPF 45 on, Max, though.
You didn't bring the big hat.
I wore a big hat, though, when I was outside, Sarah, because I might have gotten a little bit of heat exhaustion afterwards. Ooh. I was gardening at 4 o'clock, really? Bike ride. It was just too hot.
Yeah,
it's just chugging water.
It's definitely going to be toasty out there today as well. And in fact, we're kind of stuck in a summery weather pattern. It's not unusual for July. It's just unusual for this July since we've had so much rain so far. Outside right now, we are experiencing some morning clouds, but these are going to quickly give way to sunshine. It's 75 degrees at the airport. Winds are from the south at about 10 miles per hour. Meanwhile, a couple of degrees cooler than yesterday morning. 70 at Bernie Stage Airfield, 72 in Kerrville, 75 at New Braunfels, 74 in Hondo, and 74 in Pleasanton. Although it's cooler by a few degrees than yesterday, it's still very humid out there and not cool outside by any means. It's Sunday. That means some people are going to be firing up that backyard barbecue. And today, look at these temperatures. It is going to be hot. At noon, 87 degrees. And then in the afternoon, 94 for the high. Total sunshine this Sunday afternoon. Coming up in the forecast, we'll take a quick check of the tropics, and I'll let you know if you can wash your car or not in the forecast coming up in a few minutes. Max and Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. If you're out and about this morning, you might notice a big, large police presence on I-35. That's because there was a high-speed crash involving several vehicles.
Our team, Jonathan Cotto, joins us live on the scene. Jonathan, what have you learned about this crash?
Well, Sarah, police are telling us that 2 cars were racing on I-35 when one of the drivers lost control. Here's a look at what that looked like earlier this morning. Police say 2 sports cars were racing down the frontage road of I-35 near Walters at about 100 miles per hour. When the drivers got on the interstate, officers say one of the drivers lost control and slammed into the wall divider. The impact causing the vehicle to rear-end a van and hit a truck as well. Police say the van had a family of 5 on board, 2 adults and 3 kids. 1 adult was taken to a nearby hospital and the 3 kids were treated at the scene. As for the driver of the pickup, he had a shoulder injury but wasn't taken to the hospital. Max, Sarah, police say the driver of the race car was arrested and charged for driving while intoxicated and will be facing other charges as well. They tell us his girlfriend was a passenger in the car. She was arrested and will also be facing charges. This is the information we have as of now. Of course, we'll update you as more information is made available. For GMSA, Jonathan Cotto. Max, Sarah.
Thank you, Jonathan. The Otis Mccain trial continues tomorrow. So far, prosecutors have called more than 50 witnesses to the stand tomorrow. It will be the defense's turn to make its case and call their witnesses to the stand. We have all the latest on the trial right now on KSAT.com. You can follow the trial every day live on our website. You can also sign up for our open court newsletter to get notified when there is a new update.
Texas House legislators now asking Governor Greg Abbott to reconsider mask mandates in schools and also reconsider funding for virtual education. All of this comes after the recent rise in COVID cases across the state. Representative Vicki Goodwin sent a letter to Governor Abbott and the Texas Education Agency Commissioner after hearing concerns from parents who were, quote, anxious about the Delta variant and the effects on their children, end quote. 31 House Democrats signed the letter in support. The governor and the TEA commissioner have not responded to the letter yet, but earlier this week, Governor Greg Abbott did say he will not impose another statewide mask mandate.
At least 136 people are dead after heavy rains hit India's western coast. The heavy rain has caused floods and landslides in just the past 48 hours. 38 of the 136 died in a landslide. The National Disaster Response Force, the Indian Army, the Indian Coast Guards, Navy, and Air Force have all been deployed for rescue operations so far. 90,000 people have been evacuated as the rain continues.
And back here in the United States, houses continue to fly off the market. Prices are reaching record highs. According to the National Association of Realtors, the median price for a home hit an all-time high, $363,000. And get this, that is up 23% over just the last year. 90% of homes are selling within a month and are only on the market, forget this, an average of just 17 days. The chief economist with the National Association of Realtors says home prices not expected to go down anytime soon, thanks to the tight inventory. Time now, 6:05, 74 degrees out.
Well, stress can cause a variety of negative health effects, and if you're pregnant, stress can also impact your baby. Still ahead on GMSA, we explain how long this impact can last.
And they go hand in hand like peanut butter and jelly. We are talking cheese and wine. Special holiday coming up. Do you like cheese and wine?
Oh my God, every day.
Red or white wine?
Any wine. Not picky here.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's 6:05, 74 degrees outside. Taking a look outside with live cam. Sarah Spivey says it's going to be another toasty one. She'll have her full forecast when we come back.
All right, we are in the midst of the Tokyo Olympics, and the United States getting their first shouts, getting big medals the last couple of days. They're starting to lead the way, but all of this is happening in the middle of this pandemic.
That's right, about 137 positive COVID-19 cases from the Olympics. ABC's Ty Hernandez has a story.
Following an opening ceremony like no other, the Olympic competitions are finally underway. Team USA winning its first medals. Swimmer Chase Kalish winning gold in the men's 400-meter individual medley. Team USA's first gold of these games. USA barely losing silver to Canada in the women's freestyle relay, coming away with bronze instead. Australia winning the gold and setting a world record. Meantime, the U.S. women's soccer team beating New Zealand 6-1. Redemption after their 3-0 opening loss to Sweden. And U.S. men's gymnastics qualifying for the team final. 7-time NCAA champion and first-time Olympian Brody Malone says the one-year postponement was helpful.
Having the year off just really gave me the time to get more numbers under my belt and get more confident.
And skateboarding, making its debut at the Summer Olympics. Japan winning the first gold medal in that sport. Team USA winning bronze behind Brazil. Sunday, USA men's basketball takes the court against France. Men's swimming team captain Ryan Murphy will compete in the 100-meter backstroke. And the women's gymnastics qualifying round begins. But as the athletes compete, protesters continue to demand the games be canceled due to the pandemic. On Saturday, more than 1,100 new cases of COVID-19 were reported in Tokyo. The country seeing a 133% increase in cases in just the past week. Ty Hernandez, ABC News, New York.
Well, another thing to celebrate today, other than the Olympics, wine and cheese.
That is right.
They go together like peanut butter and jelly, and today is a perfect little day to have yourself a treat.
So in case you didn't know, today is National Wine and Cheese Day. There's a reason to celebrate. Today's just better than most. Exactly which cheese goes with wine is localized depending on where you are. So, how do you say this? Sommeliers. Sarah Spivey, our local sommelier. Always experimenting, recommending new pairings to those sophisticated palates.
And the cheesemongers, that's me. Yes, that's what they're really called. Stay updated on the latest trends. There's no wrong way to pair wine and cheese. Just do so in moderation. That goes for both the wine and the cheese.
Just to be clear, you are now the self-proclaimed cheesemonger.
Not ashamed.
All right, Sarah Spivey, what is your go-to combo?
For cheeses and wine?
Cheese and wine.
I like a hard cheese with probably a Pinot Noir.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh, yes, a hard cheese.
Yep.
Like Manchego.
Manchego's good.
I love a good Manchego.
All right, let's go ahead and talk about the weather. We could talk about wine and cheese all day, couldn't we? Okay, outside right now, we have got some clouds this morning, but these clouds are quickly going to give way to total sunshine. 75 degrees outside right now, close to the dew point. Winds are from the south at about 10 miles per hour. And speaking of those dew points, they're pretty high today. Now, dew points only in the upper 60s in parts of the hill country, so really not all that bad up in the Kerrville, Comfort, Bandera area. But around San Antonio, we've got dew points in the low to mid 70s. That's going to really factor into an afternoon heat index, and the temperatures are close to the dew points. So because of that, we do have some light fog in the area. Visibility down to 5 miles in Castroville, down to 7 at Bernie Stage Airfield, and down to 7 in Kerrville as well. Wider view here, we've got 1 mile visibility at our coastal communities of Beeville and 5 mile visibility in Gonzales, 6 mile visibility in New Braunfels. Speaking of New Braunfels, it's 75 degrees in New Braunfels, 78 in Del Rio, 66 this morning in Eagle Pass, 72 in Kerrville, 72 in Rock Springs, 75 in Beeville, and 74 in Pleasanton. Now, our weather pattern today is pretty interesting. When you look at the wide view, it almost looks promising, right? We've got a low pressure system over Arizona, bringing them some much needed rain across the drought-soaked desert Southwest. However, over Texas right now, we have got a ridge of high pressure that is going to send any rain up and over Texas, and high means dry. It's going to create sinking air and prevent us from seeing any rain today and for a good portion of the week ahead. So for today's forecast, if you want to head outside, pack the sunscreen, get a little extra water. It's going to be primo summertime out there with temperatures in the upper 80s by noon. Mid-90s in the afternoon, total sunshine, sunny skies with the sun setting right after about 8:30, south winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. All in all, a nice summer day to end the weekend, just definitely going to be hot out there. And not only around San Antonio are we going to be toasty, but even hotter out toward Del Rio, 103 for the potential high temperature out in Del Rio, 100 in Carrizo Springs, 102 in Laredo, and 101 in Coachula. Around the metro area, including New Braunfels and Kerrville, a high temperature in the low to mid 90s. Now, we're not going to have as much Saharan dust out in the air. In fact, it's going to thin out throughout the day, although another light plume is expected to arrive tomorrow. Light being the key word there. Again, unless you're particularly sensitive to the dust, you may not even have that bad of allergy symptoms. Looking ahead to the week, our small chances for rain return on Wednesday and Thursday. Only going to be isolated at best, and 1 or 2 showers could pop up on Wednesday and Thursday. We are not going to have widespread rain in the forecast this week or for the next 7 to 10 days. So if you want to wash your vehicle, if it's a little dirty from our recent rains, you have got the green light. You are good to go, especially over the next 3 days. You'll get several days of a clean vehicle out of that car wash. Now, most of the time, the only way we get rain in the summertime is from tropical systems here in San Antonio. There is a tropical system potential tropical system that is out in the Atlantic right now. If it develops, it'll become given the name Fred, but it's expected to really just meander over Florida and the East Coast, not affecting San Antonio, not giving us any rain. And so we are going to be stuck in a pretty dry weather pattern over the next 7 days. Very typical for July as we end the month that has given us more than 4 inches of rain. Probably not going to see much over the last few days of July. The highs will be in the mid-90s. Sarah,
we've just been spoiled.
We have. We've gotten some good rain this month, and we can afford to dry out for a week, but August looms ahead, doesn't it?
All right, well, you are a resident master gardener. How does the garden look?
It looks actually pretty good with all the rain.
All right, there we go.
Not like in the heat.
You got to show us pictures,
I will.
Sarah.
I will.
Okay.
I'll send them to the weather app.
We need to see the big hat, too.
Okay.
60 and 74 degrees out.
Well, a little dog had to be exhausted after swimming miles and miles in the ocean.
And next on GMSA, why being stressed out during pregnancy can actually affect your baby long term. We're going to explain.
Well, stress can cause a variety of negative health issues. If you're pregnant, being stressed can also impact your baby.
Now, new research shows this effect could actually last a lot longer than experts once thought. Stephanie Cerna explains.
Weight gain, swelling, back pain, mood swings. Pregnancy can cause all kinds of physical and emotional changes, leaving many women feeling stressed.
Body changes, you couldn't do anything.
Experts know that very high levels of stress during pregnancy can lead to trouble sleeping, headaches, high blood pressure, and a greater risk for premature birth. Now, a new study suggests that negative prenatal stress may impact a baby into adulthood. Harvard researchers followed 40 men and 40 women for more than 4 decades. They found middle-aged people who had been exposed to significant stress in the womb showed poor stress regulation up to 45 years later. Tests also revealed that male and female brains responded differently to the prenatal stress. The good news is you can lower your stress levels. A relaxation activity like yoga or meditation can help. So can eating a healthy diet, exercising, and getting enough sleep. In another study led by researchers from the University of California, San Francisco, mothers who reported greater stress throughout pregnancy had infants with more health problems during their first year of life. Stephanie Cerna, KSAT 12 News.
Time now is 6:21, 74 degrees out.
Well, a dog paddles for miles and a man gets hit by a car in his dining room. That's coming up in today's Take a Look at This. Welcome back. A dog that got carried away while swimming in the sea. He was found miles from where he went in.
CNN's Jeremy Roth has today's Take a Look at This.
A little dog named Ollie had to be exhausted after UK authorities say he was found on a rocky outcropping in Wales 3 miles from where he went into the ocean. After going for a swim near Newton Point, the Springer Spaniel reportedly just kept on paddling out to sea. He was missing for 3 hours and was discovered on some cliffs near Southerndown, which is roughly 3 miles away.
What a swimmer you are, eh?
Volunteer responders with the Royal National Lifeboat Institution rescued Ollie and returned him safely to his owner, and if it's any consolation, he seemed to really enjoy the boat ride back. In what's being described as one of the most important Jurassic sites ever discovered in the UK, a team of scientists unearthed tens of thousands of fossils from the same site over a 3-day dig. The group of fossils has been dated at roughly 167 million years old and contains some species previously unknown to scientists. They believe the site near Cotswold was once a warm, shallow sea. Approximately 100 slabs have been collected for continued studies. In your own dining room is the last place you'd expect to be hit by a car. But that's what happened in Afton, Missouri, when a vehicle came through the wall of a man's home, striking him in the back. Amazingly, the homeowner was okay and refused medical treatment. The driver, who officials say had suffered a medical emergency, was sent to a local hospital. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Glad the homeowner's okay, but going back to the dog story, if you don't follow Sarah Coast on Instagram, you got a dog situation of your own.
I know. Scooby's have a little bit of hip problems. We got him a brace, so it's cute. But
he looks adorable.
Hopefully it helps him.
Aw, so cute. All right, time now, 6:26, 74 degrees out.
Speaking of dogs, is your dog ready to get back to drool? Still ahead, we tell you about a pet wellness clinic event happening today.
And Johns Hopkins University reporting more than 49,000 new COVID cases just the past week. Next, what experts are saying about this new rise. Good morning, welcome back, and happy Sunday, 6:30 this morning, July 25th. Thank you so much for starting your morning with us. We joked on Instagram yesterday, we're going to start a new life of being health influencers. You stayed consistent, had your green juice this morning. Oh, you're showing it off.
Green
Here we
smoothie.
Go. What's in it?
Spinach, strawberries, banana, oatmeal, spirulina, matcha, lemon. It's not the best, but
I'm impressed.
I'm trying to drink this instead of coffee to give me a boost, Sarah Spivey, because today the heat is going to be giving a boost.
It is.
Yeah, keep going. Let's see where this goes.
The sun will give us a boost of vitamin D and of heat. Now, yesterday's highs around San Antonio, it was only 92 degrees for the high temperature. That's cooler than the average of 96, but you can see that it was still toasty near Cotulla and Laredo, where temperatures were well above 100 degrees. Now, today we'll only see highs a couple of degrees warmer. What I really want to show you is that across the state, San Antonio was one of the, quote, cooler areas, still hot at 92, but most areas were dealing with highs in the upper 90s. The reason why we were able to stay a few degrees cooler than the rest of Texas is because our soil is saturated, and so it has to evaporate a little bit, and that takes away some of the energy and prevents us from warming up as much. So we'll see a high temperature a couple of degrees warmer than that today, more like in the mid 90s, low to mid 90s for the highs. Outside right now, morning clouds, but those are already starting to clear out, and we're going to have a really nice and sunny day today. South winds at about 10 miles per hour. It's 73 in Bulverde, 75 in New Braunfels, 72 in Rio Medina, and 70 in Comfort. As for our forecast for today, there are some areas of patchy fog with visibility down to 5 miles in some spots, but again, total sunshine. We're seeing the sun rise, and it's going to be completely sunny. 94 for the high, so again, cooler than seasonably average, but still a very hot day. That 94 should feel more like 100 degrees. Winds from the south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. So a couple of things to know in the forecast. All sunshine today, but we are going to enter a stretch of time where we'll be in a break from the rain. You know, all July long, we've seen a cornucopia of weather, all right? We have seen temperatures in the 80s, temperatures even in the 70s, as well as rain and even some hot days mixed in. But we're going to be back to the usual July weather pattern of heat, sunshine, and a break from the rain. I'll talk about all that coming up in the forecast in just a few minutes. Max and Sarah.
I-35 now clear and open after a major crash led to lane closures for several hours this morning.
Jonathan Cotto joins us live on scene. Jonathan, what have you learned about the crash this morning?
That's right, Max and Sarah. Well, just moments ago, you can still see a heavy police presence on the interstate. Police tell us 2 race cars were racing on the interstate, one of the drivers losing control. Let's take a look at the scene from earlier this morning. According to police, the crash happening at around 2:20 this morning. Police say 2 sports cars were racing down the frontage road of I-35 near Walters at about 100 miles per hour. When the drivers got on the interstate, officers say one of the drivers lost control and slammed into the wall divider. The impact causing the vehicle to rear-end a van and hit a truck as well. Police say the van had a family of 5 on board. 2 adults and 3 kids. 1 adult was taken to a nearby hospital, and the 3 kids were treated at the scene. As for the driver of the pickup truck, he had a shoulder injury but wasn't taken to the hospital. Max, Sarah, police say the race car driver was arrested and will be facing charges. One of them driving while intoxicated. They tell us the girlfriend was a passenger inside the car. She was also arrested and will also be facing charges. That's all the information we have at this moment. We'll continue to communicate with PD and update you as more information is available. For GMSA, Jonathan Cotto. Max, Sarah.
Thank you, Jonathan. Migrants have made their way through San Antonio this week, leading many to question why they are here and where they are going. Dozens of migrants were seen at the San Antonio International Airport and at city Greyhound bus stations on Thursday. The Department of Homeland Security says after process, they were taken to bus stations or airports to reunite with family in the U.S. as they wait for Asylum court hearings.
Several dozen migrants that were dropped off without notice, and we asked them again to provide us as much logistical heads up as possible. Prior to that, they had been occurring, but with better coordination with FEMA officials, with ICE officials.
Well, KSAT has reached out to the Interfaith Welcome Coalition, Catholic Charities, and the San Antonio Food Bank for more details. We will bring you those details when they become available. In the meantime, this morning on Leading SA, we will ask the mayor for more comments on this issue.
Some tragic news out of Bernie High School officials confirming that one of their teachers has passed away. In a social media post, school officials announcing that 28-year-old life skills teacher Krista Richardson died. Now, Bernie ISD also took to social media offering condolences to family and students of Richardson. As of this morning, information is still very limited. The cause of her death not yet released. We do have full statements from both Bernie ISD and Bernie High School right now. Just head to KSAT.com. Now to the latest on the pandemic. According to data from Johns Hopkins University, more than 49,000 new COVID cases were confirmed over just the last week.
Health experts say the Delta variant and a lack of vaccinations are the factors most to blame for the rise in infections. CNN's John Lawrence reports.
The U.S. is facing another COVID-19 surge this summer.
So many people are going to get infected with this fake narrative out there that if you're young and healthy and take care of yourself, you're not going to get sick. It's simply not true.
Every state has a 7-day average of new cases that tied or rose above the previous week, according to data from Johns Hopkins University.
The new cases in COVID are because of unvaccinated folks. Almost 100% of the new hospitalizations are with unvaccinated folks.
Some are heeding the warning.
Most of my family has been vaccinated, and, they've been pushing me, and I've been putting it off, but the Delta variant kind of scares me.
But others still say they won't roll up their sleeves.
I'm a healthy person. I don't have any underlying health issues, so I'm not really concerned about it.
As cases keep climbing, schools are preparing for the start of a new year. Earlier this week, the Atlanta Public Schools District announced a mask requirement for all students and staff.
We continue to aggressively and intentionally educate our families and our employees around the importance of vaccination, putting the data in front of them as well, and also highlighting our own mitigation strategies.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
The CDC states that 30 states have yet to get at least half of their residents fully vaccinated. And according to the Texas Health and Human Services dashboard, Texas is more than 60% vaccinated.
And we just want to remind you that there are 2 COVID-19 vaccine clinics happening today. One is at the airport's baggage claim in Terminal A from 9 a.m. until 8 p.m. They'll be giving the Johnson & Johnson and Pfizer vaccine. And the other clinic is happening from 8 a.m. until noon at Travis Park Church Corazon. That's on 230 East Travis. They will be giving the Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
Fresh off his trip to Washington, D.C. to advocate for more funding for San Antonio infrastructure, Mayor Ron Nirenberg came back to the Alamo City to find higher COVID rates. Now, there's a lot happening in and around the Alamo City. That is why this morning on Leading SA at 8 a.m., Mayor Ron Nirenberg joining us live to discuss a wide range of topics. If you have anything that you would like to discuss, any questions you would like to ask, you can submit them right now. Just head to the Leading SA section of KSAT.com. Then join us live 8 a.m. for the answers.
Later today, District 3 Councilperson Phyllis Villagran, Animal Care Services, and Low Cost Pet Vax are hosting a pet vaccine clinic event. The Dog Days of Summer Pet Wellness Clinic is happening from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. at Pet's Barn. That's on 803 Southwest Military. All that information on your screen right now. The first 50 pet owners who get there will have the opportunity to get a free microchip ID for their dog or cat with a lifetime registration. Low-cost pet vax will also be on hand, and they will have shots and services that your pet may need, and they are at super affordable prices.
I love the glasses. They look so cute.
It's cute.
All right, time now, 6:38, 74 degrees out.
Still ahead, the San Antonio Zoo is treating its members this week. We have the details on GMSA at 8.
And Westside Church pushing for more community engagement with police. Next, what they did to make this all happen.
Sarah Spivey said it earlier, cornucopia of heat. Is that what you said, Sarah? I don't know. We'll clear that up. It's 74 degrees. She'll explain when we come back. A Westside Church is making its mission to bridge the gap between law enforcement and the community.
The Harper's Chapel Baptist Church hosting a block party to do just that. The event for the community and the officers of San Antonio Police Engagement Unit. Guests were offered free food, games, lots and lots of fun.
But people say it is critical to build a stronger relationship with police now more than ever.
They're not always the bad guys.
It also helps to allow the people, the children, to get familiar with the police officers.
We've been way ahead of the country for a long time, a long time. And I had a chance to observe that and see that, especially with people out on the streets.
The church says the plan is to eventually make this community engagement block party an annual event.
In the meantime, they're planning another event September 18th at the West End Park with the San Antonio Police Association. A lot of people out and about yesterday. You saw the sunshine. Definitely felt the heat if you were out there. Got to hydrate. Sarah Spivey, are we going to see the same thing today?
We are, in fact, a couple of degrees warmer than yesterday, too. So, yeah, get ready for the heat and get ready for an extended time of heat as we close out July. All right, let's take a look outside. We're seeing the first light of the day, some morning clouds, but these will be gone in just a couple of hours. 75 degrees, south winds at about 10 miles per hour, and it is humid. Dew points are pretty close to the temperature. So we are seeing some areas where visibility is limited to about 5 miles in places, but other than that, no thick, dense fog out there this morning. It's 72 in Tarpley, 75 in New Braunfels, 73 in Seguin, 74 in Pleasanton, 75 in Gonzales, 70 at Bernie Stage Airfield and in Comfort, 72 in Kerrville. The higher elevations just a smidge cooler. All right, in the futurecast, watch how quickly these morning clouds go away. Boom, done. Sunshine. All day long, we're going to see tons of sun. And in fact, that's going to allow for our highs to be a few degrees warmer than yesterday. High of 97 in Hondo, 99 in Uvalde, 103 in Del Rio, 102 for the high in Laredo. Right around 95 for New Braunfels, 94 in Kerrville, and 94 here in San Antonio. Again, we still have some of that soil moisture from rains last week that need to evaporate. And so because of that, around the metro area will be just a couple of degrees cooler than areas out to the west, but still a hot day and a humid day. Dew points are going to be in the low 70s all day long, and so that's going to give us a heat index value. It'll feel close to 100 degrees around New Braunfels, Pleasanton, feeling close to 100 here in San Antonio as well. Although it says 96, I'm forecasting a heat index of about 100 degrees. 102 in Laredo, feeling like 104 in Laredo rather. Now looking at the day, at 10 we'll be at 81 degrees. Again, these skies are going to quickly clear. Sunny and 87 at noon, 94 for that afternoon high. South winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour, and we'll quickly cool back down into the 80s, but still a mild evening this evening with temperatures in the 80s by 10 p.m. So if you have any late Sunday plans, just know that it's going to be pretty mild. In the weather pattern, we are seeing some rain across the desert Southwest. They need this rainfall. They're in extreme and exceptional drought. This, however, is not going to move into our area. We're in for a dry stretch, mainly because of this ridge of high pressure in place. It's creating sinking air and preventing us from seeing any kind of vertical development of clouds, which would eventually lead to rain. So it's going to be dry not only today, but also tomorrow. A high temperature of 95 to start off your work week. Mostly sunny skies. And then as that ridge of high pressure kind of meanders around, we're still going to be toasty with highs in the mid 90s around San Antonio, but not dealing with the triple digits. So again, it's not as hot as it could be, but it's definitely going to be hot this week. Meanwhile, in the middle portion of the week, we are going to have a small chance for an isolated shower or storm Wednesday and Thursday, but really only isolated rain in the forecast this week. So if you are somebody whose yard is looking a little gnarly and you need to mow the lawn, absolutely 100%. Any of the days ahead in the week, including today, you can go for it because, again, we're only going to have an isolated shower or storm on Wednesday and Thursday this week. So back to the ho-hum July weather pattern of dry and hot. Max and Sarah.
You all right?
I'm just really happy Sarah said cornucopia earlier because Max challenged her. Said what word?
Shameless plug to all of our social medias, especially Sarah Spivey's. It's good.
You keep me on my toes.
It's good content. I love it. 647, 74 degrees out. All right, speaking of good content, we are just weeks away from kickoff. Look at him, CeeDee Lamb, making a name known across the league and across training camp. We're going to explain in just a bit.
Taking a look outside on the roads, everything looks like it's flowing pretty smooth out there this morning on this slow start to a Sunday morning. But let's take a look at our lottery numbers. Pick 3, 2404 Fireball, Daily 4, 5258 Fireball 1.
And your cash 5, 1, 6, 15, 31, 32. Lotto Texas 3, 7, 10, 24, 28, 34. There it is. Powerball 1, 4, 11, 59, 67. Powerball 10, Power Play 2. Good luck. We'll be right back.
Camping with KSAT, powered by Davis Law Firm.
Good morning, welcome back, and happy training camp. Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders helping kick off the return to training camp in Oxnard, California, all part of the official Cowboys opening ceremonies. Team owner Jerry Jones welcomed by the mayor of Oxnard, California, and in return, Jerry Jones giving him, look at this, the number 21 jersey, signifying their return in 2021. The big day included the largest crowd at Cowboys camp so far, and there are so many storylines this offseason. Dak's comeback, the defense, Zeke, but take a look at this. A crucial offensive battle between two players, Blake Jarwin and Dalton Schultz. Now, that's after Jarwin was supposed to replace Jason Witten, if you could replace Jason Witten, who actually signed with the Raiders before retiring for a second time. Blake Jarwin's replacement run lasted less than a game. Remember, he tore his ACL playing the Rams in the first game of the season. So let's take a look at all the plays. A few good plays from practice yesterday. Jerry looks, Garrett Gilbert, Blake Jarwin, man of the competition. Not to be outdone, though, Dak to Dalton Schultz, making the sliding catch. And then this one, CeeDee Lamb, you probably saw it on social media, making a huge impact in his first season, looking to do even better in year two. Nice hands, nice grab. They called that a touchdown. Noah Brown right in the corner of the end zone. That's really how you draw it up. The other note, the NFL has announced there will be a $15,000 fine for any unvaccinated player violating COVID protocols. All right, let's check in with the other pro-Texas team ahead of training camp and the new season. Houston Texans have a new, flashy locker room at NRG Stadium. Take a look. From top to bottom, Texas did a complete overhaul of the locker room. Cleaner, sharper than the old locker room setup. Texans chairman and CEO Cal McNair, he was all smiles, showing players Justin Reed, Keon Crossan, Brandon Dunn, Jonathan Grenard, showing them their new digs. Houston will report to training camp on Tuesday. All right. There we go. We are talking Olympics. We're talking basketball, too. On Friday, Bucks players Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton flew to Seattle after they won the ring. Flew to Seattle, meet up with Suns guard Devin Booker. He did not win a ring. He flew in from Phoenix. The three took a private jet, very flashy, from Seattle to join Team USA less than 24 hours before playing Olympic play versus France. That's coming up at 8 a.m. today. Team USA and France, there we go, playing this morning, 8 a.m. Likely the Americans' toughest opponent in the basketball court. Don't tell Nigeria or Australia that. And talking about the Olympics, Chase Callett's gotten things rolling. Let's see if we can, there we go. He got gold in the Olympic pool. By the time this morning was done, Team USA, 6 medals. Oh, just kidding, 8 medals. Look at that. We can't even keep up with the medal count. USA is flying. So right now, China leading the pack, 9 medals. So we're going to keep it updated this. And like we said, 8 a.m. this morning, we got Team USA basketball. And another note, we're talking about football. Texans, they just traded for a new wide receiver yesterday. Big breaking news. They got Anthony Miller, former Bears wide receiver.
And gymnastics for the ladies is tonight as well.
Boom.
Excited.
All right, 6:53, 74 degrees out.
Take a look at some birthdays. This is Matthew. Oh, so precious. Happy birthday, Matthew. He's 5 years old.
And let's see who we got next. Aw, Davey, 9 years old. Happy birthday. Remember to keep posting your birthday pictures. KSAT.com/birthdays. Remember to include a name and an age. We show them every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday right here on GMSA.
I-35 now clear and open after a major crash caused for lane closures for several hours. Good morning, I'm Jonathan Cotto. According to police, the crash happening at around 2:20 this morning. Police say 2 sports cars were racing down the frontage road of I-35 near Walters at about 100 miles per hour. When the drivers got on the interstate, officers say one of the drivers lost control and slammed into the wall divider. The impact causing the vehicle to rear-end a van and hit a truck as well. Police say that van had a family of 5 on board, 2 adults and 3 kids. 1 adult was taken to a nearby hospital and the 3 kids were treated at the scene. As for the driver of the pickup truck, he had a shoulder injury but wasn't taken to the hospital. Police say the driver of that race car was not injured and was arrested for driving while intoxicated. His girlfriend, a passenger in that car, was also arrested and will be facing multiple charges. This crash remains under investigation. For GMSA, Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
Good morning. Coming up here on GMA, COVID cases on the rise as the Delta variant spreads and some businesses requiring employees to get vaccinated. We're answering your legal questions about what saying no could mean for your job. Plus the wildfires out west, dozens of fires sweeping across 11 states. The conditions those firefighters are up against and severe storms in several states bringing flash flooding and tornadoes from Arizona to Virginia. And heroic rescue. We're hearing from a a police officer who saved an infant pinned under a vehicle after mother and child were hit by a car. That's all ahead here on GMA.
We're going to have a lot of heat today. Temperatures will climb into the low to mid 90s with a heat index close to 100 degrees. Total sunshine out there today. Winds from the south at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now in the 7-day forecast, we're going to have much of the same. So pretty much take today's weather and paste it across the next 7 days. The one exception will be Wednesday and Thursday when we do introduce a chance for an isolated shower or storm. But we're really not seeing any of those rainmakers that we've been seeing this month so far. So it is going to be a dry and quiet into July. A lot like summer out there. You know, kids are going to be going back to school in the next 2 weeks in some cases. They're going to get at least a couple of weeks of very summery weather in the forecast.
Work on the tan.
Yeah.
Thank you,
I don't
Sarah.
know how much kids need to work on their tan.
No, use sunscreen. And Max, coming up at 8 o'clock, we have the mayor coming on for Leading SA.
We're going to be talking about a lot of things, including the rise in local COVID cases. We're going to be talking about the migrant situation, them getting dropped off here in San Antonio, and so much more. If you have any questions, you can submit them right now. And Jonathan Cotto, speaking of COVID, he's going to be going to a vaccine clinic, so you're not going to want to miss it. See you at 8 o'clock.
See you at 8.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Right now on GMSA, a shooting on the west side ends with a man being rushed to the hospital. What we know that led to this shootout.
Plus, we're going to discuss a range of topics, including the rising COVID-19 rates here in Bexar County with Mayor Nirenberg in this week's Leading SA segment.
And another vaccination effort is underway here at the Corazon Clinic. Everything you need to know about this event coming up next.
And taking a live look out at the Alamo City. We can't really see the sun right now, but don't worry, we're going to have plenty of sunshine today and in the coming days. Finishing July strong. A lot of heat. Good morning. It is 8 o'clock this Sunday, July 25th. Thank you so much for starting your morning with us. Yesterday felt like summer in San Antonio.
It really did. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go out at 4 p.m. in the yard.
Bold move.
Very bold, Sarah Spivey. I mean, I was chugging water for a good hour after that.
That's the peak heating of the day, Sarah.
Yeah, I know.
Being outside at that time. Yeah, it's going to be another toasty day for us. And we are seeing plenty of sunshine out there already, but a few clouds. Beautiful shot there near the airport. You can see the clouds as the sun is rising and some clearer skies there on the left-hand side of your screen. Right now, temporarily, skies are mostly cloudy at 75 degrees, but quickly we are going to see completely sunny skies in the afternoon. All right, temperatures this morning, a cool spot up in Comfort at 69 degrees. It's 70 in Bandera, 72 in Tarpley, 77 at Stinson, 75 at JBSA Randolph, and 75 in Pleasanton. Sunday for many folks, a day for barbecuing. And if you're going to fire up that grill, know that it's going to be feeling like a grill outside. Temperatures are going to be climbing into the low to mid 90s this afternoon, but it'll be not too bad in the shade, so enjoy that outside. And temperatures, as I mentioned, are going to stay very toasty as we close out July. Still cooler than seasonably average, though. I'll have the details for you and rain chances coming up in just a bit. Max and Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. In your top stories this morning, one man in the hospital after a gunfire on the west side. Police on the scene telling us it all started when a woman's ex-boyfriend showed up to her apartment. So take a look. This was a scene just after 1 a.m. 2500 block of South General McMullen. We're told an ex-boyfriend showed up to the ex-girlfriend's apartment. An argument ensued. Shortly after that, two men showed up and shot the ex-boyfriend twice. Now, that man was able to get into his vehicle, drive to a local gas station, which is what you see on your screen. He was able to call for help once he got there. Taken to University Hospital and at last check in stable condition. Also, no arrests have been made yet.
Several vehicles were involved in a crash on I-35 this morning after police say two cars were racing and one of the drivers lost control. This was a scene around 2:30 this morning on I-35 near AT&T Parkway. Police say one of the drivers racing lost control and slammed into the wall divider. The impact causing the vehicle to rear end a van and hit a truck. Police say the van had a family of 5 on board, including 2 adults and 3 children. One adult was taken to a nearby hospital and the 3 children were treated. on scene. The driver of the truck had a shoulder injury but wasn't taken to the hospital. Police say the driver who caused the crash was not injured but faces multiple charges, including a DWI. They also say his girlfriend, who was a passenger in his car, faces charges as well.
And after a lot of migrants were seen in and around San Antonio this week, a lot of people asking why they're here, where they're from, and where they're going. City leaders and other departments involved say after migrants are processed, they're often taken to airports or bus stations on their way to be united with family after their asylum court hearings. Now, here's what it looked like just this past Thursday. While we haven't been able to find out where recent groups are actually coming from or how many more we can expect, Mayor Nirenberg says he has been in contact with FEMA. All right, so meanwhile, the Department of Homeland Security says as a result of the releases, there has been an increase in migrants going through the Alamo City. The department released a statement putting, quote, the Office of the Immigrant Liaison and the Department of Human Services working closely with local non-profit partners to provide a compassionate layover, end quote. Just ahead in Leading SA, we're going to hear more about the situation from Mayor Nirenberg. All right, vaccination efforts across San Antonio are continuing to go on and on. Corazon Clinic doing everything they can to make sure the community is fully protected against COVID.
Jonathan Cotto joins us live from the Corazon Vaccination Clinic. Jonathan, we see, is there already a line there, and how is that going so far?
That's right, Sarah. The line of folks here is already forming. As you can see, the anticipation of getting inside. Some, here to get their vaccine, others just for routine medical care. But with me is Gavin Rogers, Executive Director of Corazon Clinic San Antonio. Gavin, what can you tell us about today's effort, vaccination effort?
Well, we just really want at Corazon and the city of San Antonio to remind people who are unhoused or housed to get the vaccine. And so we're providing the vaccine today and tomorrow at the church and our day center, respectively. We know this vaccine works. It protects against COVID and especially against hospitalization in severe cases. We really want to protect those who are unvaccinated right now, especially in the unhoused population.
What are the hours that the vaccine clinic will be open for the public?
We'll be open today until noon, and then tomorrow at the Corazon Day Center at Grace Lutheran Church from 11 a.m. until we run out of vaccines. And so we just really want to remind people to come out. You get a 31-day bus pass with VIA if you need transportation, and it's a good effort. We really want to remind people this is safe and it's good for the common good.
Thank you so much, Gavin. We really appreciate you being with us. Folks, there you have it. The Corazon Clinic is going to be hosting this clinic. This is one opportunity for you to get your vaccination if you haven't done so. As you can see, folks here already lined up for the opportunity to get that Johnson & Johnson vaccination here at the Travis Park Church. Max, Sarah, I'm going to continue to stay at this clinic and see how the effort folds out through the remainder of the day, and I'll toss it back to you. Max, Sarah.
Thank you, Jonathan. Well, speaking of COVID-19, Texas House legislators are asking Governor Greg Abbott to reconsider mask mandates in schools for funding for virtual education due to the rise in cases. Representative Vicki Goodwin sent a letter to the governor and the Texas Education Agency commissioner after hearing concerns from parents who are, quote, anxious about the Delta variant and the effects on their children, end quote. 31 House Democrats signed the letter. In support, the governor and the TEA commissioner have not responded to the letter. Earlier this week, Governor Abbott said he will not impose another statewide mask mandate.
There's so much going on in and around San Antonio. Clearly, we are still fighting this pandemic. COVID numbers appear to be rising across the country and here locally as well.
So joining us in today's Leading SA segment is San Antonio Mayor Ron Nirenberg. Good morning, Mayor. Thank you so much for making time for us this morning.
Good morning, y'all. Great to join you.
Mayor, you were in D.C. this past week. So what was the goal in terms of our infrastructure, and do you think it was accomplished?
Yeah, well, it's a different measure of progress when you work with federal government, as you know, but there are serious discussions that are ending up on the floor now very soon on an infrastructure bill for the entire United States. So we were there for a couple of purposes. One, to ensure that the voice of Texas mayors was heard and the needs of our local communities here in Texas with regard to infrastructure dollars to help us with a strong recovery was heard as well. And we took that message to the Department of Transportation and other departments. And more specifically, we have a couple of projects here in San Antonio that have grants put forward to the Department of Transportation. We wanted to talk a little bit about that. One of them is the West Side Creeks project that is connecting now to the Ingram Transit Center. We have a linkage there that is being proposed to help coordinate with local transit riders and ensure that we have
we're taking care of some very dangerous spots of traffic and help people have alternative modes of transportation there. Proposal to the Department of Transportation was put forward, and so we were up there to talk about it and make sure that it's being properly considered by DOT. So it was a successful visit. We managed to meet with many of the different departments that are going to be ultimately decision makers in the transportation bill or in the infrastructure bill, as well as other matters related to our needs here in San Antonio and throughout Texas. So it was a good trip, and we hope to see the fruits of that labor pretty soon.
And Mayor, shifting gears here now to the latest on the pandemic. Our COVID-19 numbers appear to be escalating once again quickly. So what is the plan going forward, and do you foresee a possible mask mandate?
Well, as you've heard, the governor has stripped away the authority of local communities to issue things like mask mandates, and unfortunately has done even one further in threatening school districts to put in mask mandates, which is completely against the guidance of public health professionals. So the likelihood of a mask mandate is very low here in the state of Texas because of that. But as you know, that's been the situation for many, many months. And the way we've been able to deal with this virus since essentially last April is by putting out good information, the proper health guidance, the advice of our local public health professionals. And we're going to continue to do that. And what they're saying now is that because of the infectiousness and the high transmission rate of this Delta variant and the rise of cases, people who are unvaccinated are putting themselves and their community at risk, in particular, those folks who are unvaccinated because they're not eligible, those young people 12 and under. So as far as schools go, we are sticking with the CDC guidance. And that is, if you're not vaccinated, you need to be wearing a mask out anywhere in public. And so young people who are not vaccinated yet because they're ineligible, we are urging them to be wearing masks. And that includes also, of course, adults, for whatever reason, that haven't been vaccinated need to wear masks. So the big goal here is to get more people vaccinated. We have a high success rate here. As you know, our Homeland Security Secretary was in town to recognize San Antonio exceeding the federal goal. Over 70% of our population now for the last several weeks has been vaccinated with at least one dose. We're approaching that number with full vaccination, but we do know there's many, many people who simply have not been fully vaccinated yet. Either they're missing their last dose or they simply haven't been vaccinated altogether. So we are appealing to people to go get the vaccine. The time for waiting is over. There are plenty to go around. And with this Delta variant, which is highly transmissible, you need to go get it now. Save your own life and those of those folks that you are around and your loved ones as well. You need to go get it immediately.
Now to the story that we just talked about a few moments ago. We talked about the reports of hundreds of asylum seekers being released by federal authorities in downtown San Antonio. What do you know about the program, and were you consulted before they were dropped off?
We weren't. In fact, one of the visits I had in D.C. last week was to appeal for coordination insofar as they notify us that they're coming. Because what happens is folks who are dropped here, migrants, are asylum seekers. They're here legally to go through a legal process. They're not here by and large to stay in San Antonio. They're going to reconnect with their families or sponsor families elsewhere in the United States. San Antonio is merely a waypoint. So they're here for a matter of hours, usually, and are connecting to a flight or a bus trip to their ultimate destination. Usually that has already been coordinated, but in the case a couple of weeks ago, we saw a number of migrant families dropped off and they didn't have any coordination, and we didn't have any notification up front. The people who do this work, that coordinate everything for those families in a compassionate manner, are the local nonprofits, Catholic Charities. We have the Interfaith Welcome Coalition. Our Department of Human Services coordinates as well. And so we ask for more heads up. And we also ask for some direct support for those nonprofits that are doing the work. So I know that the migrant surge has increased the numbers recently, and they did say that was going to continue. But we can do this more effectively if we have better coordination between ICE, FEMA, and the city of San Antonio with our nonprofits. And that's what we appealed for, and that's what they're committed to.
Well, Mayor, thank you so much for joining us and always making time for us and for our viewers. You can watch Mayor Ron Nirenberg's full interview later this morning on KSAT.com. Thank you, sir.
Hey, y'all. Have a great morning.
Time now, 8:13, 74 degrees out.
Well, still ahead on GMSA, Gabriel Iglesias gives a health update to his fans after he was forced to cancel his shows in San Antonio.
Plus, a former star and producer going to be the next fill-in host at Jeopardy this week. LeVar Burton making the big show. There he is. Nice hat. We're going to give you an update.
And taking one of your closest friends to San Antonio Zoo this week. After the break, details on how to get a free ticket.
Taking a quick live look out there, 74 degrees now. We're going to check in with Sarah Spivey in just a bit. Good morning, welcome back, and happy Sunday. San Antonio Zoo treating the members this week. Obviously, perfect week. Sun is out.
That's right. So today through the end of the month, you can bring a friend to the zoo with you free of charge. The Bring a Friend Free Week is for all current zoo members. Members must show their annual pass and a valid ID at the zoo's entrance gate to receive one free ticket.
They're also running a 20% off sale on their annual passes through the end of July. For more details on the offer, just head to KSAT.com. Sarah Spivey, good to go to the zoo?
Yeah, but just make sure to pack that sunscreen and extra water for the kids because it is going to be so toasty today. Oh, and a hat. That's
big hat.
Big hat. Your safari hat.
Yeah, Sarah.
Adventure hat.
Yeah, because looking outside right now, these clouds are about to be donezo, and we'll be just looking at total sunshine. It is 75 degrees outside with winds from the south-southwest at about 6 miles per hour. Humidity is going to be high today, and it's going to stay high today. The dew points are in the low 70s, and that's going to give us a heat index value in the afternoon. It should feel closer to 100 degrees around San Antonio this afternoon. Now, we're already starting to see this morning fog lift. Visibility was down to 4 miles in some places. It's still down to 4 miles in Pleasanton, but generally improving visibility except for out near Gonzales, where it's down to 1 mile, Cotulla down to 3 miles, visibility down to 1/4 mile in Beeville. So closer to the coast, a little bit thicker fog early this morning. Right now, outside temperatures are generally in the 70s. It's already 78 degrees in Del Rio, 75 here in San Antonio, and up in New Braunfels, 75 in Pleasanton, 72 in Kerrville. This is as cool as we'll get all day long because of that sun coming out. Now, in the weather pattern, there are some areas of rain, but across the desert southwest. Now, there's a low pressure system here bringing these drought-stricken areas some much-needed rainfall, but it's not going to move over to San Antonio or to Texas for that matter. And here's the reason why. We've got a ridge of high pressure in place over Texas, creating sinking air and preventing any kind of rainfall. High means dry, and in the summertime, a high pressure system usually means heat. And so we're going to have that heat today. 87 at noon, 91 around 2 p.m. and 94 for the afternoon high temperature. Total sunshine this afternoon. Sun will set around 8:30. Winds from the south today at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And again, that 94 will feel more like 100 because of the high humidity. Now, today's forecast highs are even hotter out to the west. 103 for the high in Del Rio, 101 in Cotulla, 100 in Carrizo Springs, and 102 in Laredo. But around the San Antonio metro area, low to mid 90s are expected. Low 90s in the hill country also possible. Now, the Saharan dust, which was pretty thick yesterday, is actually going to dissipate throughout the day today, although a light plume is expected to be in the area tomorrow as well. But light being the key word there, we really only should have any kind of allergy-like symptoms for those who are very particularly sensitive to the dust. Other than that, just a haze on the horizon expected tomorrow. Now, rain chances, as I mentioned, are going to be very small around San Antonio this week. This is the first week of July where we don't have any substantial chance for rain. Really only an isolated shower or storm is possible on Wednesday and Thursday. So if you want to wash the vehicle, go for it. You got the green light in the car wash forecast for the next several days, but especially through Tuesday. And usually around this time of year, if we get rain, it's because of a tropical system. Now, we do have a disturbance off in the Atlantic that has a 50% chance of developing into a tropical depression or greater, but it's expected to pretty much hang out around the eastern section of the Gulf Coast. But we'll keep an eye on things for you. If that does develop into a tropical storm, it would get the name of Fred. But here in San Antonio, it's going to stay nice and dry. Temperatures are going to be in the mid 90s for us. U.S. with only an isolated shower or storm on Wednesday and Thursday of this upcoming week. Max and Sarah?
Sarah's Bobby, thank you so much. 821, 75 degrees out. All right, we are talking Cowboys, we're talking training camp, we're talking storylines, we're talking tight ends, we're talking Dak Prescott. That's next.
And a country singer is in the hot seat after a video of him using a racial slur resurfaces. What Morgan Wallen has to say about the incident, that's next on GMSA.
Welcome back in your morning spotlight. Country singer Morgan Wallen now speaking out after using a racial slur caught on camera, an incident that may have derailed his career.
In a recent interview, Wallen said he used the slur in a quote in a playful way. Earlier this year, video surfaced of him using the N-word with a group of his friends outside of his Nashville home. The singer immediately issued an apology. Wallen says he has since worked to educate himself and now understands why the word is hurtful.
Sean Penn threatening to delay production on his new show called Gaslit until the entire cast and crew are vaccinated. Deadline reports NBC Universal requires vaccines for those in Zone A, which includes the cast and those in close proximity. But Sean Penn wants the requirement extended to everyone on the project. Gaslit, a political drama also starring Julia Roberts, expected to air on Starz later this year.
Speaking of COVID-19, comedian Gabriel Iglesias posted on social media that he is doing, quote, really well after testing positive for the virus. Because of it, he was forced to cancel the rest of his San Antonio performances last week. Iglesias has mentioned before that he is fully vaccinated.
And LeVar Burton getting ready to step in as guest host of Jeopardy. The former star and producer of The Reading Rainbow says he's a lifelong fan of the show and he couldn't turn down the offer. Earlier this year, roughly 250,000 people signed a petition calling on producers to choose LeVar Burton to take the position permanently. He's going to be hosting through July 30th, all according to the Jeopardy website. And I love that they're kind of doing this. Good luck to LeVar. I saw Aaron Rodgers do it. Stephanopoulos did it. You know, you get to see everyone. Robin Roberts.
Take a look in a book.
There you
It's
go.
Reading Rainbow.
827, 75 degrees out. Nice job.
You like that? Still ahead in our next half hour, a woman and infant are run over by a car in the middle of the day. We're hearing from the police officers that caught them on camera rescuing them.
Yeah, they lifted the car up.
Oh my
Crazy
gosh.
story. And confirmed death caused by, get this, the bubonic plague found right here in the United States, where authorities say it was found and what we now know about the investigation. Good morning, welcome back, and happy Sunday. I'm Max Massey.
I'm Sarah Acosta. It is Sunday, July 25th. Thank you so much for starting your morning with us. And, you know, it's really feeling like summer. We were so spoiled with all of the rain, and Sarah, now it's like,
Well, I hope that you're a little bit more excited about the weather than just But
Sarah, talk about the weather.
Yeah, we are going to be back to what we usually experience in July. This is a look at yesterday. Yesterday was a hot day, a high temperature of 92 in San Antonio, but it was even hotter in Cotulla and Laredo, well over 100 degrees. Now, across the state of Texas, you'll notice that temperatures are generally in the upper 90s across the state of Texas. We were actually one of the quote unquote cool spots in Texas. We're still hot at 92 degrees, but the reason why we were not in the mid to upper 90s is because the soil is saturated. We've got moist soil, which is preventing and having to evaporate, preventing us from warming up quickly. Today we'll still have some of that around, but we'll be a couple of degrees warmer than we were yesterday. Outside right now, these morning clouds are quickly moving away, 75 degrees at the airport, and you can see the clouds here on the satellite imagery. They'll be gone very shortly. We'll be looking at a sunny day. Here's a look at a wider view. Still some cloud cover out near Del Rio and in Maverick County. So today, a hot one, 87 at noon, 94 for the afternoon high temperature. That 94 feeling more like 100 because of the high humidity. And coming up in the forecast, we'll talk about how today will be all sunshine. We'll have a break from the rain in the final week of July with typical July heat returning. Although there is a chance for rain in the 7-day forecast, it's just not a good chance. I'll tell you what I mean coming up in just a bit. Sarah and Max.
Thank you, Sarah. Well, the COVID-19 vaccine is being offered right now at the Corazon San Antonio Clinic in Travis Park Church.
That's right. It's all part of the clinic's efforts of making sure everyone in and around our community are completely protected against COVID.
So our Jonathan Cotto joins us live from the church downtown. Good morning, Jonathan. How's it looking out there?
Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Max. The operation is smoothing. It's going very, very well, going very, very smooth. As you can see here, members of the community are lining up inside of Travis Park Church to get their Johnson & Johnson vaccination. It's one dose, one shot, easy peasy. As you can see right here, this young lady here is getting her vaccination right now. We have UT Health on deck administering those vaccinations. You know, I've had the opportunity to speak with several men and women here getting their vaccine, and they feel great about it. You know, they say that this is what they need to do to keep the city protected, keep others protected. You know, that way they can go out and about in the city safely. Now, the operation here started at 8 o'clock this morning. It's going to be ongoing about noon. Till about noon. And of course, the Corazon Clinic will also be having another vaccination site next week at the Grace Lutheran Church Corazon Day Clinic as well. As you can see here, this member getting his Johnson & Johnson vaccine. It's going pretty well. Nice operation. Max, Sarah, for a complete list of COVID-19 pop-up clinics, you can, of course, head on over to KSAT.com. There's a listing of all the locations. If you haven't gotten your vaccination, head on over to KSAT.com for a complete listing of those clinics. Back to you.
Thank you, Jonathan. Now to some tragic news out of Boerne. Officials at Boerne High School confirmed that one of their teachers passed away. In a social media post, school officials announced that 28-year-old life skills teacher Krista Richardson has died. The district also took to social media to offer condolences to the family and students of Richardson. As of this morning, information is very limited and the cause of her death hasn't been released. We have the full statements available right now on KSAT.com.
The family of Pauline Diaz making sure to not forget what would be her 75th birthday. They were out at the H-E-B on Southeast Military in Goliad. That's where she was last seen 10 years ago this weekend. As of now, the family says the investigation is still open, but it is moving slowly. Pauline Diaz walked into the H-E-B parking lot after her shift at the store. She hasn't been seen since. Pauline's daughter says at this point, they just want to know what happened.
We're at the point that we just want her back. We want, if she is passed, tell us where she's at. If she is alive, bring her back to us.
The family says there was an anonymous tip given to the police earlier this year about a possible location of her body. However, that is not what happened. Now, the family is offering a $25,000 reward for any tips that lead to a discovery.
Well, by the end of the 10th day in court, prosecutors in the trial of Otis Mccain, the man accused of murdering SAPD detective Benjamin Marconi, had called on more than 50 witnesses to take the stand. Now it's the defense's turn to make its case and call up their witnesses. That's starting tomorrow on KSAT, and it's covering it all. We have all the latest on the trail right now, including live streams every day in those court sessions. And you can also sign up for our open court newsletter to get notified when there is a new update. Just visit KSAT.com. Also in your morning headlines, Tokyo reporting more than 1,700 new COVID cases today, and this is only the second official day of the Olympics. The figure announced by the Tokyo metropolitan government is about 700 more than last Sunday. Out of the new cases, there have been 137 linked to the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games.
Colorado authorities now investigating the death of a 10-year-old child linked to the bubonic plague. Officials say the death was caused from a bacterial disease. There's also confirmed cases of the plague confirmed in animals and fleas in at least 6 different counties. The CDC says humans can get the plague if they are bitten by a rodent or animals who are infected. Tens of millions of people in Europe died from the plague during the Middle Ages, but the CDC says it can now be treated with antibiotics if it is caught early enough.
Venezuela's president says he is ready to enter talks with the country's opposition. Nicolas Maduro announced that everything has been prepared to open negotiations with the opposition leader Juan Guaidó in August. These talks include participation from other nations, he said, such as Norway and the U.S. In an interview with Venezuela's state-run TV, Maduro said his government has already discussed a complex agenda with opposition groups.
Now to a heroic rescue caught on camera. 2 officers rushing in to save 2 lives when an out-of-control car hit a mother carrying her baby. Both are recovering now, but we do want to warn you, this might be difficult to watch for some of our viewers. ABC's Matt Barry has more.
Somebody's got to pull the baby. Somebody's got to pull him out.
This morning, new footage showing the daring rescue of a baby trapped beneath a car.
Come on, kid. Come on.
The horrifying moment caught on surveillance. The video released by police and now a part of the investigation. Watch as this car is seen speeding around the street corner, losing control and hitting multiple parked cars. The car slamming into a mother and her 8-month-old baby as they cross the street. The car barreling into a barber shop, pitting the mother and her baby. That's when officers and bystanders jumped into action, freeing the mother and lifting the car off the baby.
Okay, yes.
It's honestly a miracle that both of them survived. Very strong mom and an even stronger little infant.
Police officer Rocco Fusco helping lift the car as police officer Paul Samoyedny, a 15-year veteran of the force, rescues the baby from beneath the vehicle.
I got it. I got the baby.
Police arresting the driver, who was alert at the scene.
The driver did get out and immediately went over to see if the woman was okay.
The unlicensed man, identified as 43-year-old David Ponserac, has been charged with driving while intoxicated. According to police, the 36-year-old mother suffered a compound fracture to one of her legs, and her baby has a fractured skull. They tell us both will survive the accident.
And that was Matt Barry reporting. Well, back here at home, 76 degrees out. Blue sky starting to peek through a little bit.
Well, we want to let you know about a few major road closures beginning tonight through tomorrow morning. The first one is the southbound main lanes of the lower levels of I-35 will be closed downtown Sunday night into Monday morning, as well as one of the left lanes of the upper level. Next single lane closures from Babcock Road to West Hausman Road and from Hausman to Bandera. Finally, on Loop 410 between West Military Drive and Marbach Road, we have a list of a couple other closures. That's all happening right now on KSAT.com.
Time now is 8:40, 76 degrees out. All right, there's some drama when it comes to college football. We haven't even started the season yet. Could Texas and Oklahoma leave and go to the SEC? We're going to break it down.
Drama, drama, drama.
Two live Sunday exclusives, Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Senator Rob Portman, with the divide growing deeper on the Hill. Plus, gun violence surging in America. Pierre Thomas with the vital ABC News reports. Sunday on ABC's This Week with George.
Camping with KSAT, powered by Davis Law Firm.
All right, we are just in the thick of it. The Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders helping kick off the return to training camp Oxnard, California. It is part of the official opening ceremony. So take a look. Team owner Jerry Jones welcomed by the mayor of Oxnard, and in return, look at this, Jerry giving him a number 21 jersey signifying the big return in 2021. The big day included the largest crowd in Cowboys camp so far. So many storylines. We have Dak's comeback. We have the defense. Micah Parsons, first-round pick, Penn State. We have Zeke. Is he going to come back? Well, there's also a big battle, big offensive battle. Two big names, two big players. Blake Jarwin, Dalton Schultz. That's after Jarwin was tagged to replace Jason Witten. Remember, Jason Witten, the legend. He signed with the Raiders before retiring for a second time, but Jarwin's replacement run, it didn't even last a game. He tore his ACL playing the Rams in the opener last year. So we'll see how that ends. But for now, let's take a look at some of these highlights from training day. There were a few good plays yesterday. Garrett Gilbert, there you go. Starting the competition, Blake Jarwin. There you go, though. Dak sliding. Dalton Schultz making that beautiful catch. And then this man, CeeDee Lamb. Whew, going to be a big year, too. I can feel it. Huge impact last year. Going to do even more this year. One other note, the NFL has announced there's going to be a $15,000 fine for any unvaccinated player who violates COVID protocol. All right, from the pros to college, Texas and Oklahoma starting drama in the offseason. They appear to be SEC bound, but the Big 12 not giving up hope just yet. Big 12 officials have discussed extra revenue shares for both schools as a way to entice them not to leave. Stay, you get more money. It's all reported by CBS Sports. Both schools would get an additional half share annually, bumping their annual payouts a lot. It's really exciting stuff. So, Sarah Spivey, I got to ask, as an Aggie grad, how are we feeling about the possibility of Texas and Oklahoma coming to the SEC.
I know that this is a big drama that's going on right now. That
a lot of
people
drama.
have a lot of opinions
We don't want no drama.
about Texas, or TU as I call them at Texas A&M, going into the SEC. As an Aggie myself, I would love to see the rivalry.
Okay, I love it.
I'd love to see a rivalry game between TU or Texas A&M. You know, I got to support my Aggies though, so hey, whoop, giggle.
There you
On the
go.
record, I'm fair. Either side.
You're okay.
Yeah.
Switzerland.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a look outside right now with live cam, and you can see that these clouds are starting to whittle away, and it is going to be all sun today. If you want to enjoy some time outdoors, pack that sunscreen and a little extra water because it's going to get toasty. 76 degrees outside at the airport. And you know, temperatures are rising already. We've got south winds at about 10 miles per hour. It's 74 in Bulverde, 75 in New Braunfels, 73 in Tarpley, 78 in Devine, 76 down in Pleasanton, 77 at Simpson, and 76 in Lotus. Here's a look at the visible satellite. Again, these clouds are just melting away. We've still got areas of cloudy skies like down near Floresville and Gonzales, but it is going to be a sunny day today, as you can see in the futurecast. Hard to see any clouds out there today. And because of that, it's going to get really toasty pretty quickly. We'll be at 94 degrees, a couple degrees warmer than yesterday's high temperature. 94 for the high in Kerrville, 95 in New Braunfels. But out to the west, 103 in Del Rio, 100 in Carrizo Springs, 102 in Laredo. So it is going to get very hot out to the west. And on top of that, it's going to stay humid for us here in San Antonio and around the metro area. So you know what that means. High humidity, high heat, a heat index value. It's going to feel closer to 100 degrees around the metro area. 102 feel like temperature in Pleasanton, 101 in New Braunfels. So a very summer-like day. Sunday will live up to its name. Sunny all day, 87 at noon and 94 for the afternoon high temperature. South winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mostly clear skies later on tonight. Now in the weather pattern, we do have a low pressure system off to our west that's bringing some much needed rain for the drought areas around the desert southwest. But here in San Antonio and around Texas for that matter, high pressure system maintaining its strength, keeping out the rain, so that tomorrow going to look a lot like today, just a little bit warmer, mostly sunny, 95 degrees. And in fact, in the week ahead, even though that high moves off to the north, we're still going to have highs in the mid-90s. Now, it's not going to be as hot as it could be this time of year. We could easily be in the triple digits. We're not going to see that this week. But it is going to be one of the weeks of July. We just haven't seen a consistency of dry weather this July, but it looks like that's going to be the case this week. One exception will be an isolated shower or storm possible on Wednesday and Thursday, but that's it, isolated in nature. We are going to be in for a bit of a dry week. So a lot of our backyards are pretty overgrown because of the recent rains. You've got green light to go ahead and mow the lawn any day, starting today through the week, because as I mentioned, the rain chances are very limited to only Wednesday and Thursday, and even then isolated at best. It's going to be a hot week, highs in the mid-90s. We still have yet to hit 100 degrees. It's going to be difficult for us to do that over the next week as we end July. So we'll see what happens. Our peak heating of the year is usually in early August, so we've still got a few more weeks there. And by the way, our record hottest temperature ever recorded in September at 111 degrees.
Oh, no.
You know, it's not out of the realm of possibility to still see 100 in the remaining weeks of summer. Sarah and Max.
Thought we were out of the woods. I guess not.
So upset.
Time now, 8:51, 76 degrees out.
So one thing that last year taught us is how to better utilize the space we have. Tomorrow on GMSA, we look at how to renovate your garage to give you more useful space to better fit your lifestyle.
You know what could also better fit your lifestyle?
Some money.
$147 million. Pick 3, 2, 4, 0, Fireball 4. Daily 4, 5, 2, 5, 8, Fireball 1.
Catch 5, 1, 6, 15, 31, 32. Texas Lotto 3, 7, 10, 24, 28, 34. And this was the jackpot with no winner last night. The Powerball 1, 4, 11, 59, 67. Powerball 10, Power Play 2. It's estimated it can get up to 186 now.
And the news you need to know before you go: one man in the hospital after gunfire on the west side. Police tell us it all started when a woman's ex-boyfriend showed up to her apartment at 1 a.m. This all happening in the 2500 block of South General McMullen. We're told they got into an argument, then two men showed up and shot the ex-boyfriend twice. Now, that man able to drive to a local gas station. He called for help, taken to the hospital in stable condition. At last check, no arrests have been made yet.
We've yet to get the pollen count in, but as soon as we do, it'll be on KSAT.com, so stay tuned for that. Outside right now, these clouds are going away. It's going to be a sunny and toasty day, 94 for the high temperature in the afternoon, south winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. A fairly normal July forecast for the remainder of the month, with highs in the mid-90s and only an isolated shower or storm possible on Wednesday and Thursday. The heat is on.
Heat is on. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. Have a great rest of your Sunday. If you're out and about, shade, water, sunscreen.
Happy Sunday.